All right, we're going to do a little safety presentation. So we're here at new member orientation, and I want to cover the safety portion. And we're having this recorded because there are a lot of people that need to hear this updated session. So it's about 75 minutes of updated on safety. So safety is a key piece of your business. This is a dangerous job, and I get tingly even just saying that. This is a dangerous job, and unfortunately, we're going to show you some examples at the end. Nothing graphic, no pictures, just some stories. So, showing property. Don't block yourself in. Make sure you're pointed out. So that means when you drive up to a property, you're going to pull in. You're going to figure out, is this a dead end I'm pulling into? If you're pulling into a cul-de-sac, a dead end, you're going to pull your car and you're going to turn around and you park on the other side of the street. So if you're running on this property, someone chasing you, you can jump in your car and pull straight out without having to go into this cul-de-sac and get out. Likely today, most times your buyers are going to be following you to the property, meeting you there. You're not driving them there yourself, which is actually more safe for you, so that's a good change in our business. We drove people around in my day. That was maybe not always as safe. Never meet strangers at property. Never meet strangers at property. If you must, at least bring someone else with you, an adult of some kind, another agent in your office, your managing broker, somebody. But don't meet strangers at property. So I think back to stranger danger when you're a kid. What does a stranger look like? I'm talking about someone you've never met before. Man or woman, I don't care. Criminals are both sexes. Both have attacked agents. Never meet strangers at property. So, Crystal Lake, Illinois. I get tingly, just even thinking about it, just telling the story. We had an agent on floor call, floor time. You guys know floor time? Who doesn't know floor time? All right, a couple of you. So up calls. So an agent was sitting in the office on her scheduled time in the office that she was there waiting for a call to come in asking about real estate. So she was the agent on duty. So that's floor time. She got an up call. That means a call actually came in, they wanted to talk to her. Yay, that's what we're waiting for, right? Good stuff. This guy wanted to go see property in Crystal Lake, and she's in Crystal Lake. How awesome. So what did she do? She jumped in a car to drive over to show it to him. I'm not blaming the agent. For any second, I'm not blaming the agent for this. She ends up okay at the end, just so you know, but this gets scarier before it gets better. She drives over the property, she parks on the street like she's supposed to, she gets out of the car. She said she was already feeling tingly. Her spidey sense was going off, gut, butterflies, she knew something was up. Her body was telling her something was up even before that point. This little man walks around from behind the property, and she, again, tingly sensation, she knows something's not right about this, but she goes on. I don't know if she was thinking I can take him, I don't know what she was thinking about, it doesn't matter. They walk up to the front door, and he says to her, the front door is unlocked. That's a little odd, just FYI. Not terribly unusual. I mean, yes, that happens occasionally, but she recognized that that was another little red flag that says something's not right here. So they go in the property to show it. He says pretty quickly on, where's the basement? She says, I don't know, which was, she didn't know, but she was kind of lying at this point because she was really freaked out. He says, oh, here it is, here's the basement door, and finds the kitchen, starts going down. He's halfway down, he looks up, says, well, are you going to come down and show me the basement? She lies and says, no, I've got a bad knee, I can't go down the stairs. He gets to the bottom of the stairs, can you come down and show me the basement? No, my knee, I can't go down. He goes down, and she says he's fumbling around. Now, it's normal that they're going to go in, they might open some doors and cabinets and look around, but she knew that there was something excessive, and then he yells again, hey, can you show me this? What's this over here? She doesn't go down. He comes back to the bottom of the stairs, hey, can you come down and show me the basement? She does not. He comes up the stairs, leaves. She's freaked out completely. She goes home, she looks up on the state police website. What list is on the state police website? Sex offenders. Guess whose picture pops up? I'm tingly again, just thinking the story. Guess whose picture pops up? Little old man.
Oh, wow.
So she calls me, and I said, you're going to call the police, Crystal Lake Police, you're going to let them know about this, and you're going to call me back, let me know what's going on. He said, yeah, but he hasn't done anything wrong. I said, you're going to call the police, and you're going to let me know what's going on. So next day she called me, and she said, thank you for making me call. And I said, well, what happened? She's like, this is a violation of his parole. So, oh, wow. She's like, oh. So I said, so what was it? And she said, well, okay, so let me ask you this question. Whose house was this?
His.
This was his house. It had been foreclosed on. REO property, foreclosed on. Guess where his crime had been committed? In the basement. Was she not, 17 steps away from being the next victim? I firmly believe she probably was. Crystal Lake. This is, we always think of things happening somewhere else. Things don't always happen somewhere else. Did you guys hear about Tinley Park, Illinois, about 2 or 3 months ago? Who hasn't heard that story? Tinley Park, agent doing an open house by herself. So never meet clients at the property alone, never sit in an open house alone. I'm going to come back to that in a second. So she's doing an open house alone. The guy comes in to see the property, goes down the basement. I think she went down with it, the story that I heard. I'm not sure this is fully accurate. The way that, so she's coming back up, she gets stun gunned in the back of the leg at the top of the stairs. Falls down, she's able to fight him off as he's attacking her. Runs outside, he's chasing her, there's some people outside. Someone calls 911, the police. He, realizing there's people outside, goes to his car instead of still chasing her. The police show up, they start talking to him. His story becomes, I didn't stun gun her, she backed into my stun gun. Well, come on. Why is it out? Why do you have one, right? All these questions. Well, they get him to a police station, the condom falls out of his pant leg. So he's being, taken up on charges for this. But attacked in an open house. She was sitting alone. So let's cover that for a quick second. A to Z is the way I look at it for open house. You've got 25 options of people you can have come sit with you at open house. Let's start with A. Who could you have come? These are affiliate members. Lori was just here. Gary was just here. Both of them, each of them, would sit in an open house with you. So here's how the call goes. I don't usually like this part on camera, but you have to talk them into it. Hey, Lori. Yes, Jim, I'm going to be doing an open house on Saturday. Can you come do it? No, I know you're busy. Lori, we're all busy. I know you've got that party this weekend. Yeah, I'm supposed to be in a graduation party. It's going to be just a couple hours from 1 to 3. So can you bring those cookies that you always bring? No, I know. No. So I'll see you Saturday 1 to 3, right, Lori? You're going to have to talk them into it, right? Because do they want to do an open house any more than you want to do the open house? Let's be honest, right? Because this isn't probably exciting for you either. So talk them into it, but affiliate members. They will bring the cookies. Let them bring the cookies. Let them go buy the cookies. 1, they're paying for it. 2, they're making the run to go get them. Let them do that. Lori's going to bring all her stuff. Gary's going to bring all his stuff. They're going to talk about mortgages and home warranty and all that stuff people that come through. You've got someone to talk with for a couple hours because that can be really boring. Let me just tell you from experience. Affiliates. How about another A? Agents in the office. Have another agent come with you. If you can't get an affiliate member, affiliates would be my first option because they're going to buy the cookies. Agents in the office. So buddy up with another agent. You got other agents right here with you, brand new agents. Buddy up with the other agents in the office. I'll do one with you this month. You do one with me next month. Maybe you pay them to sit with you. I don't know what your time is worth these days. Maybe you just figure that out somehow. Another agent. Who else? Spouse, best friend, some adult person. So sometimes in real estate class you're taught, oh, but they can't sit in public open houses. Oh yeah, they can. They can be there with you. Your bodyguard can be there with you, and they can talk. Just not about real estate.
Right.
So the sports game, the weather, the Tour de France is going on right now, whatever it is, they can talk about all that stuff. The conversation turns to real estate. Oh, let me get the agent. Good? Your bodyguard can be there, can be friendly, and can talk. Who is letter Z on the list? Last option, but still a viable option if all else fails. You kind of brought them up earlier. The seller. You really don't want the seller to be there with you during an open house because 1, they're going to kill the deal, and 2, you're going to have to explain to them for 2 hours why the home hasn't sold yet. It's going to cost you even more money. So, seller's your last. Frankly, I made a joke there, but it's really because they're going to kill the deal. I hate to be honest about this openly on camera, but the sellers kill the deals more often than not. So you don't want them there. But that's letter Z. You've got lots of options ahead. Do not sit in open house alone. Do not. It's that simple. Yes, question.
This might be a stupid question, but can you bring your kid with? Like, say my husband is watching the kid. Can I have him and the kid come?
So I said adult. I would be less excited about bringing a child, a younger person, to someone else's property. That would be my major concern. Yes, there's the fear of the safety of the younger person. So I don't know how old you mean. I've got 2 15-year-olds.
My baby's just 1.
Okay. I don't know how you'd handle the baby. I'm not excited about that idea.
He would still be watching the baby.
But now you're being attacked when you do with the baby. Now somebody grabs the baby to steal from you.
That's a good point, the attack, yeah.
I'm not in favor of that as an option.
Yeah, okay. Just trying to come up with scenarios. Yep. Thank you.
Yep.
What if you can't bring somebody?
Then you need to seriously think about having that open house.
What if you're
I would
not suited for
suggest,
someone else?
then I would not do an open house alone, period. Do you want to get stun gunned? Do you want to get attacked? Do you want to get killed?
No.
Wait till the end of this presentation. I'll give you about 13 examples of people that died doing real estate. You don't want to be one. Is the open house worth it? That's really a question you have to ask yourself.
But right now,
Death,
that's
being
your,
attacked, whatever else.
that's your way of getting clients.
Yes, it is, so bring someone with you. Lori, Gary, Joe, Katie, I'm trying to think of all the names on this list right up here. There's 15 right up there, 13 of them will do open houses with you. I leave the attorneys out. The attorneys probably aren't gonna do open houses with you. That's just not part of their business model. But,
Without charging, yeah.
right, exactly, without charging. All right, so what else are we at? So make new clients come to the office, same kind of thing. You wanna make sure you make new clients come to the office. Tell them, I need to just meet with you for a couple minutes, I wanna go over the properties that we're gonna go see to make sure these meet what you're looking for. If a criminal knows that they've been seen by somebody else, the chance of them attacking you drops down dramatically. Anybody else, but certainly in the office. Even get them to come to McDonald's or Starbucks or somewhere else. I'm not even worried about the cameras that are video recording at those places, but just the fact that a clerk, that somebody there has seen them, they're not gonna meet you there. So Floyd Wickman, I mentioned his name earlier as a trainer. So Floyd Wickman says, if you're gonna lose a client, lose them quick. I love that. If you're gonna lose a client, lose them quick. Makes sense. Let's give them as little, I call it community service. Give them as little community service as you have to. You're going to give away a lot of your time in this business. It's just a part of the business, community service. And you hope that at some point it'll come back around and it'll be good, or they'll refer you to someone else or whatever else. But if you're gonna lose someone, lose them quick. So make them meet you at McDonald's, you can buy them a soda, whatever it is. If they're not willing to do that, question whether that's the right thing. I'm not saying everybody who won't meet you is a criminal, but think about it. Make them meet you somewhere. Take someone else with you if necessary. Do not meet a client alone at the property. Have a code word or phrase. We had one years ago. I've been doing this a long time. We had a code word years ago. Can you guess what my code word was? I've already used it twice in this class.
Cookies.
Once in the last 30 seconds. It's a name. Floyd Wickman. Here's how it goes. I'm at an open house and someone's got a knife or a gun to my head. Yeah, hey, it's Jim. I'm not feeling so well, which isn't a lie if I'm calling the office, right? Can you cancel my next appointment, Floyd Wickman? Yeah, thanks. Okay, bye. Floyd Wickman, I need help now. Call the police.
But what if it's during the time that your office is no longer open?
Well, you're probably, so that could be a problem. Then you need to figure out who you're calling. But you need to, so there's other things. We're going to get to the next one in a second here. On the next slide, we're going to talk about how you can work that phone call in. Because a criminal's not going to let you make a phone call. So we've got a solution for that. Leave the front door open and locked. You want to make sure you have access and control of the front door. What is the number one point of attack?
Front door from behind.
Right here at the front door. You want to control the front door. So even open houses, you want to make sure this door, if possible, is not closed. You hope that they have a storm door or a screen door, even for winter open houses, that you can leave the door open. Because the storm door, screen door opens outward. You can run through that to get out. The inside door, you can't. You've got to pull it open, get around it to get out, right? That's more difficult. So you want to have control of this. So on a showing, you're going to leave the door cracked open a little bit, or all the way if there's a storm or screen door. So we'll come back to that one. So leave the door unlocked, open and locked. Keep yourself between the client and the front door. Same thing, you want to control the door. Plan your exit. So know where you're going to run. You get to the property, you're going to have to think for, it takes 7 to 8 seconds. I bike ride pretty much every day. Every day I get my bike, I think to myself, I literally run through this. It takes about 5 seconds. If a dog's chasing me, because I know the 3 homes is likely to happen, if a dog chases me, what am I going to do? And then I verbally say, no, and I yell no out loud, practicing it 3 times. I want my voice ready to talk, and I'm yelling no. I'm not yelling stop, because a dog doesn't know the word stop. A dog knows the word no. So I yell no, and then get ready to kick it in the face if I have to. That's my plan. And keep pedaling. But you need to have a plan for your exit. If someone's chasing you out of the house, where are you going? How are you going to get away? You're going to jump in your car and drive out. You're not driving into the dead end. You're going to drive straight out. How are you getting away? You're not pulling in. Next slide, right? You're not going to pull into the driveway. So you're not going to pull in the driveway. You're going to pull them, park in the street. You're going to give them the driveway so that they can. You're going to be like, I say, oh, come on in, drive in, pull in the driveway. You get the driveway for you. I'll park on the street and I'll walk up. You're doing that so when they attack you, you can get away. But they don't. You didn't tell them that. Let them think that you're being kind about it. Especially in a snowy, slippery thing, let them have the driveway. So think about that. Every condition's different, every property is different. I can't give you a blanket answer for all of them. You've got to just think about this. You're driving up, you have to think, if I'm getting attacked, how am I getting out of here? Where am I driving to? Don't present yourself as a target. Don't wear flashy jewelry. Don't present yourself too nicely. That's been a problem. We're going to talk about Beverly Carter in a minute. One of the things that her attacker said about her afterwards was that she presented herself as a target, meaning she looked nice, she looked like a nice professional agent. Her pictures all had her professional. She's wearing pearls in the picture, so that was one of the reasons why he targeted her. So we'll talk about Aaron Lewis in a minute. Flashy jewelry, don't drive an expensive car. So I think of expensive car from two perspectives. One was first actually marketing before even safety. So I sold a lot of condominiums, $70,000, $80,000 condominiums. If I drove up to condominium and they looked out and saw me driving some $50,000, $70,000 vehicle, they might say to themselves, oh, he doesn't need my little condo, he does big deals. So I worry about that from a marketing perspective. But we also know that agents have been targeted for their vehicles. So think about marketing. What should your car look like? How nice of a car should you have? Needs to be nice enough, but not too nice. I don't know what that means. If you're selling all farms, maybe you want a pickup truck. It's that kind of thing you need to think about. It doesn't have to be a dumpy pickup truck. They're really nice pickup trucks. So just think about what your clients are, maybe having a vehicle that's in line with what your client base is. But of course, you're not always going to stick to just your little client base. You're going to have some outliers, right? So if I sold condos every once in a while, guess what? I sold a $400,000 house too. That was a lot of money back then. So, right? A little outside. So, drive an expensive car. $1 million producer. We talked about this earlier. If you sell $1 million worth of property, how much money are you really going to make? $10,000. That's your net, maybe gross. So let's think about what $1 million producer, if you write that on your business card, what that means. What message are you sending it to who? I worry about putting that on a business card from someone sees that, and if they don't understand that that's poverty level income, a seller might think, oh, he's selling $1 million properties, he doesn't need my $70,000 condo. So I think it sends a wrong message to clients. Criminals might think, oh, that means he carries around $1 million in his pocket. And we've heard that from criminals. These aren't always the brightest people. So be cautious about $1 million producer, I think more from a marketing perspective, but also from a safety perspective. General safety, carrying a weapon, I highly don't recommend you carry a weapon. I'm worried that you're going to have your gun out, and you're going to be backing away thinking this isn't happening, and they take it from you, and now they use it against you. I'm worried about that for you. I have a friend who teaches the concealed carry class. He says, yeah, but Jim, we don't tell them to pull it out as a deterrent. We tell them to pull it out and shoot it. It's not a toy. It's not a, hey, I'm going to shoot you. It's bang. So I'm not telling you what to do. I don't think you should have one. I'm worried about you carrying a knife and all those different things. I would probably carry pepper spray. It's about this big. This is obviously not one, but they're about this big. But some of them have caps you have to take off. Then you have to aim the thing, and then you have to push it down, but then you're stabbed. So I'd still have it because it's nice to have something. I just won't rely on it. First thing to do is what? Get away. If you can get away, take your keys, throw them one way if they want your car, and run the other way. So speaking of keys, what should be on your car key ring? Just your car key, not your house key. Just your car key. So you can toss that aside. Don't whip it, but toss it to one side so you can run to the way you want to go. If you want to go this way to get down the street, then toss it over here. Let them have the car, right? Who cares about the car? You want your life and safety. So toss the keys and go. What should you have with you when you're going to show a property? Around your neck, you have your key card, right? And your ID badge. Obviously, you can keep your wallet probably on you, but your purse, ladies, should be in the trunk of the car or somewhere else. Is the point I'm getting to. You don't need that with you. Your mace, if you have it, might be where? In the bottom of your purse. So is it going to do you any good there anyway? Have it on your car keychain or have a separate keychain, something, so you can have that. You might have that out. Your phone is the biggest thing. This is your safety device. We talked about earlier that the Sentry app feature has a safety device on it. You get the lockbox, you open up the lockbox, and it's enabled, and your Sentry Smart safety feature starts. You keep clicking, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay. So someone asked me one time, well, what if the client sees that you keep clicking your phone? You know what I'd say to them? Well, unfortunately, real estate's not a safe industry, and I have a requirement that every home I go into, I have to keep clicking I'm okay. Because now, even if they know this, and even if they attack me and they want to keep clicking okay after they've stolen my phone, if it's one person, I'll let them focus on my phone while I'm running away. Let them have the phone, right? So I would not have an issue saying that. There are some clients, if I wasn't feeling comfortable with, I wouldn't tell them, oh, I'm just getting a lot of texts. That's what I'd say to them. But I would not have a problem with certain clients of saying, unfortunately, real estate's a dangerous business, and I've got I've got measures to ensure that I'm safe. That might get someone to think twice, right? All right, so Carrie, all right. Point of attack. So we know this is the point of attack, right? So we have lots of things to do here. When you get to the door, because nobody goes over this with you, I'm going to bet that no one in your office talked about the front door and how to handle this. You get to the door, you're going to ring the doorbell. I'm going to stand here and I'm going to listen. Do I hear the doorbell ring? And what kind of a ring? That's important to me. Ding dong, that's not enough for me. If it's a ding dong, I'm going to go ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, just about that fast. Here's why. My mom, my dad, and my brother all work third shift. If this person living here is a third shifter, what are they doing during the day? Or evening or whatever, right? Sleeping. So if they hear a ding dong, they sit up. Is that the doorbell? And they listen. Maybe not. All right, go back to sleep. But if I hit the ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, they're going to get it. Other side. I walk up, I press the doorbell, and it doesn't work, because that happens to a number of homes. I don't know the percentage, but there were a lot where I was selling homes. So I'm going to knock on the door. Lots of knocks. Same exact reason. The person's sleeping, third shifter or not, people sleep during the day regardless of third shift. I want to make sure if they hear something, they wake up and they hear, is someone knocking? Oh, someone is knocking the door, and give them the chance to get up. Regardless, I'm going to hit the doorbell, I'm going to knock on the door, I'm going to wait a good 30 seconds, minute. I'm going to be listening. Do I hear any noise in there? What kind of noises might I hear? Which one?
Footsteps.
Footsteps, what else?
Pets.
Pets, thank you, the
TV
dog. That's my
going on.
favorite one.
Yeah.
I'm listening for all of them, but I really want to know if there's a dog in there. What's the dog's job?
Protect the house.
Protect the house when the owners aren't home and strangers are entering. What's happening? The owners aren't home, strangers are entering. Friendly dog are not exactly always friendly. So if I'm setting this showing appointment and they come back to me with the friendly dog will be home, I'm going to call them, contact them, email them back, whatever it is, and say, hey, you know, I know there's going to be a friendly dog home. I'm not comfortable with dogs, or I'm allergic to dogs, or I'm whatever. Can you please have them take the dog with them? Well, the dog's really friendly. Take the dog with them. Or crate the dog. Crating the animal is not cruel. My dog, that was sort of his bedroom. He's gone now, but you know, when he was bad, go to your crate. And he'd go lay down in his crate for 15 minutes, and then he'd come out and look around the corner like, is it safe to come out? I'm like, all right, come on over. So go into his crate, you know, and I'd lock him in the crate if I needed to lock him in the crate for an hour or two. It's not punishment. I mean, yes, I sent him to his room, but you know, he'd get it. So be cautious, be aware. You're listening. Footprints. Are people running around? Are they not? Okay. You don't hear anything. You don't hear dogs. So then you're going to unlock the lock. Being cautious. You're keeping an eye on them as best you can. That's not easy. You got a lockbox down here, and you got people back here, because this is the point of attack. So 2014 FBI statistic. What's the number one weapon people would use against you?
Phone.
They're going to attack you with. What are they going to?
Hammer.
Hammer. Wow, that rarely happens.
I heard you say it once.
Oh, you heard. Well, I'll still give you the pin. You earned a pin.
Oh, thanks, man. Is that the Realtor pin?
That's the 75th anniversary Heartland Realtor pin. Hammer, number one choice of weapon used. This is 2014. I don't know if it's changed, but regardless of what weapon, you don't want to get attacked, right? So you're trying to keep an eye on them as well as what's going on here. For the most part, they're looking around, or whatever. It's not a problem. But you're keeping a cautious awareness. Good. All right. So you get the door, you unlock the door, you open the door, crack. You got your foot at the bottom, your knee in the middle, and you're peeking in. And you're going to yell what? I already told you this. Yell real estate. Yell real estate. You can yell realtor. I liked real estate. You know, that's whatever you like there. I worked for a company that was very well known in real estate. I used to yell that. Today I would just yell real estate. So if your company name is large enough, you think the people inside are going to know if that's a real estate firm, then maybe that's what you yell. I think real estate is the right answer. But anyway, why is my foot at the bottom? Or better yet, why is my knee in the middle? The dog.
Yeah.
The dog comes at you. You can put your knee in his mouth if that's what it takes as you're shutting the door to get back. Even if you don't hear a dog when you ring the doorbell, assume there's a dog. Just be prepared, because you can't go back and, do it the wrong way and then fix it. You can do the cautious way and be fine. So be careful there for the dog. Why is your foot at the bottom? The other animal.
Cat?
The cat, because what does the cat want to do? The cat wants to get out. Here's my situation. I'm not telling you what to do, I never tell you guys what to do. If the cat gets out past my leg, I'm not chasing the cat. They should have locked them up, they should have closed the bedroom, they should have done something, not my fault the cat got out. So I've got a friend who sells real estate, obviously, imagine that. So she was telling me, she went to a door one time and had the opposite, the cat wanted in. So she let the cat in the house. The cat didn't live there. I don't know what to tell you about that, because I'm not sure how to deal with that either, but just, what do you do, right? All right, so you put your foot at the bottom, you got your knee in the middle, you yell real estate. Why are you cracking the door just a hair? There's lots of reasons, we covered them, right? Cat and dog. What's the other reason you're peeking in and cracking the door?
See if someone's there.
See if someone's there. Twice in my short little 5 years of selling real estate, I had streakers. Naked people running by the room. I gave them a minute. I rang the doorbell. I don't know how you didn't know we were coming in the property. Let me also just tell you, these aren't the naked people you want to see naked. Just, at least not in my case, but whatever.
Oh my God.
So if that happens, you just close the door back up and say they're going to need another minute or two. And then your clients go, oh, wow, what's going on? Tell them, not tell them, I don't care. Tell them when you leave, I don't know what you want them to focus on the house. If you tell them you saw naked people, then they're going to be laughing when they walk in, right? So just, they just need a couple minutes. That's what I would say. So anyway, good? All right, that was 5 minutes on just the front door. Watch your clients, knock hard, listen and wait, yell real estate, foot, knee, crack the door, peek in first, be prepared. Squatters is the one you can get to. So squatters, you got your key card. Squatters, people that live in that are in the property that shouldn't be in the property. They don't live in the property. They might be living there, but they're not supposed to be. I know this is an issue in downstate Illinois. My colleagues down there are telling me that their agents are finding this more often. We haven't seen a lot of this here, but I don't hear from every agent either that's run across this. So just be aware, you're knocking on the door, you're peeking in, somebody comes to the door, you're yelling real estate, that's why I like real estate instead of company name, that if these people inside aren't supposed to be there, I'm thinking of meth houses and things like that, that people are breaking in and doing drugs and all that stuff, cooking meth and all that. I want to have my ID. Hi, real estate agent, we're just going to show the property, no problem, we'll come back, not an issue. I want them to know that I'm not the police. Because if they think I'm the police, they may be shooting through the door versus answering the door, right? So keep that in mind. That's never happened to me. I hope it never happens to you. But I want you to be ready for it just in case. All right, what to yell? So you're running for the property. People are coming after you, chasing you. You're running out. You're scared. What are you going to yell?
Help.
Help? Police? I would yell fire. I've thought a lot about this. I've had many years to think about this teaching this class. I would yell fire. Because what happens when you call the fire department? Who shows up first?
Everybody.
Who's the first one on the scene? The police. And even if the fire department beats the police there, what do the firemen do? They jump off carrying what? An axe. I've seen this. This is not, I was scared. They were going through my office, not this office, a different office building. I'm like, no, I got the keys, I'll let you in. They carry an axe, so that's fine. They want to show up with an axe, they can axe the guy. That's good too. I want people coming. I think yelling fire is the right answer for me, because if you yell police, I'm concerned that neighbors are going to close their drapes and go, I don't want to get involved. It's a domestic issue, it's whatever, I'm not going to get involved. But if there's a fire, who isn't going to call the fire department, 911? Yeah, you hear fire, oh shoot, yeah, I definitely want to. At worst, yeah, I'm worried about my own property. If theirs burns, maybe mine burn. Whatever, they're going to call 911, and that's what I want. Again, bring the fire department, the police will be there first. Police are almost always there first. And they can figure out what's going on. Yeah, they're expecting a fire, but when they realize someone's chasing someone else, they'll figure it out, right? So that's what I'm thinking. Wear your ID. We talked about wearing the ID. So technology concerns, video in the house, doorbells, hidden cameras, you need to be concerned about that. The bottom of the MLS sheet, we added, a year and a half ago, some language that says something like, homes have electronic devices, be careful what you say in properties and whatever. Be cautious. I would warn you all, as buyer's agents, to have a conversation with your buyers that when we go into properties, we don't know where we're being recorded. It's illegal to audio record somebody without their permission, but that's not to say it hasn't happened. We know for a fact in Northern Illinois, sellers have actively listened to buyers and property without their permission. Does that not, at least, even from safety, not from safety, it violates the law, but it gives up their position, their negotiating position. So hidden cameras, you can't video record somebody illegally in areas that they expect privacy. Bathrooms, changing rooms, bedrooms come to mind. Does that still happen? Yeah. What about automated lighting? So I have a Ring doorbell and a Ring camera at my house. I can check them both from my phone. I can see. But I could just as well have automated lighting. I could do it in this room and have a button to push and shut off all the lights. So what if we were in the basement of a commercial building and the walls are cinder block thick, an old school might come to mind, and you're in the basement and you're with someone who wants to cause you harm? In that scenario, I doubt they have access to lights, but in someone's house, they could have access to their own lights to shut lights off. You just need to think about how you're getting out. I don't want to scare you to death, but I want to scare you. I want to make sure you're thinking about, how do I get out if I'm being attacked? Where are the stairs when I come down the stairs and I get turned twice to do different rooms in the basement? How do I get back to the staircase? Automated door locks, right? Deadbolts can be automated door lock. I could unlock and lock at my house, but some people can do their own deadbolts and their locks from their phones. That exists right now today. Could you get deadbolted into a property and not know it? Yeah. So just things to be aware of. Cell phone dead zone. So that's what I'm talking about, that basement of that building. You're in a cell phone dead zone with cinder block walls. Your cell phone may not work. Your central lock app asking, are you okay, may not go through. So what are you going to do? How are you going to handle that? Well, hopefully you're not going to be alone by yourself with a stranger in the basement of a building. I did that a bunch of times. I hope you guys have learned enough not to do that at all. Leave the front door open and locked, open all doors. So if you get to a property, we talked this earlier, if you get to the property, the door's unlocked when you get there, you're going to lock it when you leave? Absolutely. I don't care if I lock the seller out of their house. Sorry, but I'm not going to leave the door unlocked. We know in Bull Valley, we had an agent bring clients through a home in Bull Valley. They went into the property, everything was fine. They left the property, everything was fine. The clients came back 3 minutes, 5 minutes later. They had unlocked something in the house. I don't know if it's the back door, if it's a window. We don't quite know what they unlocked, but they made access available to themselves. They came back after the showing to start robbing the place. Now the sellers came home and scared them away and they were not caught. But that happened. So it's difficult. I'm not sure I can tell you that you're going to be able to check everything, make sure every door, every window is relocked, but you need to just keep that thought in mind. Keeping people together. So back in open houses, unlock all the doors. So are you going to want to unlock the doors in an open house so that when you have to run, you can get through the back door?
Yes.
Right. Make sure you've got access. You know where you're going to go. Advise the sellers to put their valuables away. So what's the valuable? What's the number one item stolen from open houses?
Jewelry.
Not jewelry.
Drugs.
Medicine, drugs. Medicine, drugs. So they go to the bathroom and they're rifling through the cabinet. So you need to tell your sellers, hey, we're going to do this open house, and we've got the flyer for you, so you can pull that flyer out if you want. On the inside panel of that brochure, that open house flyer, it was by Heartland. So what I love about having it from Heartland, not only did I write it, but you guys are going to use it, and it's from a third party. It's called third-party verification. So when you're using this flyer that comes from Heartland, it's us saying this is a requirement. And then I put on the inside, under the seller's responsibilities, a signature line that the seller needs to sign. I don't care if the seller signs or not, but by there being a signature line, it sends a message to them that this is so important they want me to sign it. So guess what? They're going to at least glance at it. You want them to know. So when you're walking through the house, doing the listing appointment before you even get to an open house, and you notice that they have a collectible. Many people have something that they collect. There's something special, usually in the living room because they want everybody to see it. My mother had teacups, my aunt had teacups, my grandfather had Jim Beam bottles, is that right? Sound right? There's Degrassi little collectibles, there's Yadros, there's all kinds of things that people collect, right? So when you're walking through the living room of the house or wherever, through the house, and you notice the thing, the collectible or the item, there was an antique rocking horse in one house that I heard about. So if I'm the listing agent, I'm going to stop and go, wow, this is a really cool rocking horse. It wasn't just a regular old plastic one on springs, it was a nice antique rocking horse. You stop and say, wow, this is a really cool rocking horse. And you get the story. This is doing two things for you. What's it doing?
Showing value time.
Showing value. You're building rapport. That's the number one thing how you're going to get a listing is building rapport. but now you're finding out information. So then later on, you're back at the kitchen table getting the listing appointment, and you say, you know what bothers me is when we were sitting down earlier and we were walking through the house, and you showed me the antique rocking horse. See, here's what's bothering me. We're gonna have a whole bunch of people coming through this house, they're interested in buying it, and I don't know who those people are going to be. I would feel terrible if something happened to that rocking horse while your home's for sale. So here's what I'd like to ask. Can you take your Jim Beam bottles? Can you take your Yadros, whatever it is? Can you box those up? I mean, you're gonna be moving anyway. Throw that in there, that little hook. Remind them, hey, you're not just packing them away, you're going to be moving. You're almost getting ahead of the game. Can you package up those things and put those away, lock those up somewhere so that they don't get broken? Because man, if that rocking horse got damaged, I'd feel terrible. So now you want the story? What happened to the rocking horse in real life?
Kid jumped on it?
A kid jumped on it, and the little girl peed her pants on this leather saddle. I don't know the value of that, but let me just tell you, that was a real problem for the buyer's agent, listing agent, and everybody involved. That was a big problem. So, I'm not suggesting the agent did wrong, I'm just thinking ahead of time, wow, I got a learning lesson from this, right? The Yadro, wow, this is the only one in the world, there's none more like it, it's $1,000, they're trying to find another one. Can you box that up and you put, even if it's really worth $30, at this point, you don't want the hassle. Box it up, put it away. So, open house, you're gonna remind them, can you put away your valuables? That's going to include your medications, and I would stop with that. Medications, and they're gonna think, so if you can get the medications out of your kitchen, out of your bedroom, out of your bathroom, and lock those up, put those away, at least hide them really well for the day, for the open house, because that's the #1 item people are coming to steal. And I'm hoping nobody steals anything from you, but should we be so unfortunate, I want to make sure we're protected as best we can. Can you take your jewelry box off the counter, box it up, package it up, hide it somewhere, and not in your dresser, hide it somewhere good. Because we have, unfortunately, heard of people going through people's dresser drawers. That happens. What's the other major thing I'm going to make sure I ask them about? Guns. Thank you. So on the listing appointment, I'm going to say to them, so do you have any weapons in the house? I'm going to start with the word weapons. And they're going to say no. I'm going to say, so you have no guns, no knives, nothing that somebody might get a hold of? No. So no BB guns, no air guns,